Once upon a time, a farmer was walking across his field when he spotted something bright and gleaming on the ground. Curious, he picked it up and discovered that it was a large ruby he had never seen before. The ruby's vibrant colors and enormous size astonished him. What was even more peculiar was that as he held the ruby, he felt as if it was staring back at him. The farmer brought the ruby home and placed it on a high, clean shelf. That night, he woke up to hear a soft, sweet, and melodious sound coming from the ruby, almost as if it were calling out to him. The farmer usually had his lunch with his workers in the field, but one scorching morning, he was too tired to carry his lunch by hand. So he loaded it onto a cart pulled by an ox and headed to the field. On his way, a handsome and wealthy prince stopped him. The prince mistakenly believed the farmer was taking the ox to be slaughtered. The farmer tried to explain, but the prince wouldn't listen. Fearing punishment, the farmer reluctantly offered the prince the ruby. The prince, captivated by the glowing ruby, forgot all about the ox and let the farmer go. Returning to his palace, the prince stared at the ruby for hours, marveling at its beauty. Then, to his surprise, the ruby transformed into a stunning young woman. Overwhelmed with joy, the prince decided to marry her immediately. After their marriage, they had 2 children, and in time, those children had children of their own. Among the grandchildren was a girl who was as beautiful as the ruby princess herself. Word of her beauty spread, and soon 80 princes arrived at the palace, eager to win her hand. However, the young princess showed no interest in any of them. Later, 2 brothers, Prince Autumn and Prince Spring, came to meet her. Prince Autumn approached her first, but she politely declined his proposal, saying she could not love him. Upset, Prince Autumn discouraged his brother, telling him it was futile to try. But Prince Spring was determined. He sought advice from his mother, who crafted a pair of magical sandals adorned with flower buds. When Prince Spring presented these sandals to the princess, the buds bloomed into fragrant flowers as soon as she saw them. Overjoyed by this magical gesture, the princess agreed to marry Prince Spring. When Prince Autumn heard the news, he was furious and filled with jealousy. Their mother, seeing his anger and despair, performed a ritual. She filled a bamboo tube with stones and salt, wrapped it in bamboo leaves, and burned the leaves. As the smoke rose, she chanted, "May your pride wither like these burnt leaves. May your strength sink like these stones in water. May your beauty fade as the salt dissolves into the sea." From that day on, Prince Autumn grew weaker and more sorrowful, just as his mother had foretold. Meanwhile, Prince Spring and the Ruby Princess lived happily ever after, cherishing their magical love story